Hi, here's the finished project, the Epiphone SG with the EMG 81 and the 89 in place, the pickguard in place. You can see the switch right here for the 89 to go between the humbucker and the single coil. Everything's in place. The barrel connector for the battery works out well. I made a little plate to put it in place. I just used some hookup wire to put the battery and hang it here. Hookup wire is actually solid copper, so it'll hold its shape a little better. I found out that the SG has quite a problem with neck dive. So you can see I moved the lug here, which a lot of people do. I tried moving the rear lug up here. It helped a little bit, but not as much as I was hoping for. So you can see that when you do strap this thing on, it's going to neck dive on you. So what I remembered from marching band is to try something a little different. Put them both on the same lug, and all of a sudden, look at that. The balance is really nice. So if you don't want both straps there because it'll teeter back and forth, you could look to move it back here. May give you a little more balance on it, but it seems to work out fairly well. You heard the sound before, but we'll play it again. Here we go. Now we're up on the 81. Now we'll move it to the 89. Now let's try the single coil. Maybe better if it's a little softer. There we go. Get the switch all the way up. So you can hear the difference between the pickups. It's got a good sound. I like it. So you probably have the same questions that I do. One of the questions you might have is, why did I actually put these pickups in this guitar? The short answer is why not, but the longer answer is I started playing the acoustic guitar as a teenager, and it wasn't until many years later that I had some money to buy an electric guitar. So I went out and found a good deal on a used Stratocaster. It had already been modified, single coil, but the humbucker in the lead. Now, I tried to play it for many years. I got very frustrated with it and figured out that the Stratocaster has a very narrow neck. And being used to an acoustic guitar, I was used to a wider neck. So I was realizing my hands just didn't fit as well. I wasn't used to it. Also, the thing that I didn't like about this is it is heavy as lead. It's a very heavy guitar. I never really cared for that. So I started doing some research and found that the SG has the wider neck. So I went and tried it out, and it fit in my hand better. And that's a lot to it for a lot of people, is does it fit well? Do you play well? Does it feel like it what you're used to? Now, I'm sure if I would have practiced more, I could have gotten used to the Strat. But I liked the neck. So then I go and I buy this, and I start doing some recording, that riff you heard earlier, and I just wasn't getting the clarity. I could hear the clarity better on the Strat. It obviously had much better pickups. So I thought I'd dig into it and look to see what kind of pickups I might like on this. So there are tons of different pickups. I came across the Gretsch, Malcolm Young, So I actually got one, tried it out, and the sound was good. It was better than what was in this guitar. Then, because I actually like Rammstein, I came across the EMGs. And then the big debate, the active pickups versus the passive pickups. Some people love them, some people hate them. So I got one, I tried it out, and I liked it. But I also liked having the span, the single coil, the standard humbucker, then also putting an active in this one. Once I figured out I was going to put the 81 in the bridge, I was wondering, what am I going to put into the neck? Some guitars out there have another 81 in the neck, an 85. But when I came across the 89, I saw that you could get that single coil or humbucker sound out of it. So I thought, again, why not? So that's how I ended up putting this whole thing together. So if you've got any questions on the project, post it in the comments. I'll come back eventually and see if there's any questions and try and answer them for you. But I really enjoyed the project, and I thought it came out well. I think it's got a good sound. So maybe EMG will eventually make a kit so you could do this and wire it up with both the 81 and the 89. Thanks.